exciting. We're pumped. You're our first guest.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting.
We've never hosted a talk show before, so
That is amazing. You're doing
we're
really
happy
well.
with you.
Well, I just want to say congrats on Animal Farm. I'm so excited for this. I have a 2.5-year-old. We'll watch it together. Some stuff I'm assuming will go over her head, but I am all in. So tell me more. It's based on Orwell, right?
It's absolutely. It's based on the book by George Orwell, Animal Farm, and it's a modern adaptation of it. And we've been working on it for about 15 years.
Wow.
I read it on the when I was on the bus to school, and I was so taken with the story. I'm sure many people here have read it. Who knows Animal Farm?
Yeah.
Here? Yeah.
It's a classic.
So it's the story of animals being treated really badly and then rebelling against the farmer and then setting up this wonderful bucolic utopia, which then falls apart because the pigs decide that they're more important than anybody else.
Right. Well, speaking of, there's a new character named Lucky. Can you tell us about him?
So the way that we wanted to create this story was, in the book, you don't have any sort of main character to follow as such. The pigs are rather sort of offstage characters. So we created a character called Lucky, who's played by the incredible Gaten Matarazzo.
Ooh, from Stranger Things?
Yeah,
Yes!
Stranger Things. And basically, he is a young piglet who grows up knowing that he is an animal like all the other animals, but then gets corrupted by Napoleon. And we follow his journey to being corrupted and taken under his wing, and then he finally realizes he's made the wrong choices. So it's so that we can, for young children who are watching this film, and this is going to be a family film, and although it's a very dark story, we've constructed it in such a way that it's cross-generational, so kids can watch it with their parents and grandparents.
See, that's what I love. And I feel like now I'm a first-time mom, so she's 2.5, but I feel like even watching anything, she picks up so much, and it's so valuable when these lessons are taught like that.
Yeah, and it's all about creating a discussion. And so seeing the world through this young piglet's eyes who becomes corrupted and then has to realise that he's made wrong mistakes, it's a really great way of starting a debate, and that's what we wanted to do with our version.
Gorgeous. And I know that you've got an all-star cast, and I know some of me and T's favorites are in the film.
Gosh.
Jim Parsons, right?
Jim Parsons. We've got Jim Parsons.
Rogen.
We've got Glenn Close. We've got Woody Harrelson. We've got Seth Rogen. We've got Laverne Cox.
Tell me about Seth Rogen. Tell me about Seth Rogen's laugh. Because I've never met him in real life, but I think I would just be so
enamored.
Over the moon and enamored to hear him laugh in real life, especially for someone who is so well known for your voice work.
How does Seth laugh?
Yeah, pretty much. Can you recreate it?
No, but actually, he does it much better than that. Honestly, the cast are incredible, and they all came on board because they were passionate about the book and wanted to tell this story. So, you know.
Did you have any pets growing up, or do you have pets now?
I had a pet. I was quite a rebellious kid, and I actually, when I was young, because my dad lived abroad, and so my mum was bringing up kids all on her own, and I decided to make her life a bit more difficult by going out to the pet shop and buying a gerbil without her knowing.
And without permission.
And yeah, I kept in my room for a long time.
Wait,
in a
how
shoebox. I was about 7 or 8
Okay,
years
just
old.
walked in and was like, I'd like a
I saved up
gerbil,
my
please.
pocket money. And
I'll take the gerbil.
I took the gerbil, hid it in a little shoebox, and then she went ballistic when she found out that that what was going on.
Oh my gosh, my mom would
I used to take it to school in my pocket, put him in my desk. It used to chew up all my books.
Oh, how
Stuart Little.
We should get one. Just take it around travel.
Absolutely not.
Just like when we're commentating right on the booth. Sits right there.
I've got him here, actually.
Wait, it's a family show. We have to say that.
So tell me, why did you want to adapt this particular book?
I just found it's such an incredible allegory, and it speaks to our times. It's a really important story about the corruption of power and about misinformation and disinformation. And considering George Orwell wrote it, 80 years ago, this is the 80th anniversary, actually, of the book. It's so relevant. It's eternally relevant, this book, and it's such an important piece of literature. But also, we wanted to, as I say, we wanted to make it so that it would speak to an audience now, a young audience.
Yes, and when you're that passionate, you're going to make that come through. But I love this other passion. Fun fact I heard about you. So you actually wanted to paint. How did that lead then to acting?
It's a long story, but I was obsessed with painting when I was about 7 years old.
Gerbils and painting.
Gerbils and painting. And that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to have some sort of job in the arts. And my parents were like, no, you're going to get a proper job. And then I continued painting. But when I went to college, you had to do another course in the first year. So instead of just visual arts, I did theatre studies, and then I started making props and posters for theatre shows and so on. And then I started to do a little bit of acting, and then I gradually got into acting. And by the end of my first year, I phoned up my parents and I said, "It's okay, I'm not going to be an artist. I'm going to be an actor."
Why were they? Were they a little on the fence about it?
Well, not even on the fence about it.
Okay.
They were like a tumbleweed when I told them. You know? It was just like,
I feel like it's a similar thing to raising athletes, where it's kind of like dicey, like, oh, our kid's gonna have a future in
Yeah,
this.
like,
It's the
I
same-
wanna win the
same for
Olympics.
artists, yeah. But lucky for you, acting led you to a full family affair, including your wife, who we know from The Crown, we know from Bridgerton, Lorraine Ashbourne. Round of applause, please. When did you all meet? How did you come together?
we met at a theatre called the Royal Exchange in Manchester, and we actually got together on a play. But we didn't get together just normally. We, as ourselves, we were actually improvising characters that we were playing. So we thought the characters that we were playing were going through a split up. We thought it'd be really important to improvise how they got together. So we met in character on a night out in Manchester at Manchester Piccadilly Station, and we met in a pub in character, and it just went on and on and on. And that night, you know, we'd had a few. You know, it was kind of all going well in character, and then gradually we had a kiss in character, and then actually I wasn't feeling too well because I drunk too much and I threw up in character. And then, we got on the bus, we went home, and we went, "Oh dear, I don't think we can spend any time apart from each other after this." And
Oh my gosh,
we've been
that's
together ever since.
incredible.
It's so cute,
So you role-played your first date.
Yeah.
Now, Gollum is a really important character to me and my family. We're huge Lord of the Rings fans. So,
Yeah,
where-
his mom and dad, huge.
yeah, I mean, they've got tattoos. Lord of the Rings inspired tattoos, truly. An elven leaf and the tree, I forget what the tree's actual name is.
Oh, from Gondor, of Gondor.
Gondor, yes, Tree of Gondor. But Gollum was probably my favorite character from Lord of the Rings, aside from Orlando Bloom, you know, and Legolas. But where did Gollum's voice come from? I think that's important for me to know right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, forgive me, but it was actually based on my cat. My cat was called Diz, and when I was trying to work on the physicality of when I was going to audition for Lord of the Rings, I thought I can't just pull a voice out of thin air. I don't know. I've got to base it on something, and obviously it was the psychology of the character and understanding where his tension was held and his guilt at killing his cousin and all of that. But it was just like, where does the voice come from? And then my cat Diz literally came into the kitchen where I was sort of thinking about things, and he started to cough up furballs, and I was watching his spine, and it was sort of going. So that became.
I did not know that. That's amazing.
I can't even talk to you anymore. You just made my whole day. So you take it.
Okay, so I also hear that you climb mountains. That feels very adventurous. Tell me more.
I was obsessed with climbing from quite an early age. It was, again, based from a book I read on the bus. I had my journey to school was always on a bus, and that was where I read Animal Farm for the first time. It was where I read The Hobbit for the first time, actually. But this book about the ascent of Everest, the first ascent of Everest, really kind of enraptured me. So I just started by going to sort of local hills and did a little bit of rock climbing, and then gradually we started a club at school, and I went to Scotland and the Lake District, and then to the Alps, and then it just stayed with me.
going.
That's my place. My happy place is up in the mountains.
Kept finding the mountains.
Yeah.
Is there a dream mountain that you haven't climbed yet?
Well, there's an amazing mountain in the Himalayas called Amadablam, which is about 27,000 feet, which I would really like to go back and climb. I've been to the Himalayas with my family, just trekking, just going up to the Everest base camp, but I really want to go back and climb that mountain.
Please just be careful.
Yeah, be careful. We could talk to you literally all day.